who has the ideas, the courage, and the leadership to turn the country around. Tonight, we sit down with one of the men at the center of that national conversation, a former two-term governor of Anambra State, the Labour Party's presidential candidate in 2023, now the National Democratic Congress's presidential candidate for 2027, and one of Nigeria's most influential political figures, Mr. Peter Gregory Obi. From the economy and electricity to insecurity, coalition politics, party defections, transparency, and the criticism that have followed his political journey, nothing is off the table in this conversation beyond the headlines and the campaign rhetoric. This is an opportunity to hear directly from the man seeking Nigeria's highest office. Can he convince Nigerians that he has a vision, the strategy, and the leadership to meet this defining moment? I sat down with Mr. Peter Obi. It's a pleasure having you on the program.
Thank you, Seun.
Oh, congratulations, by the way. You've climbed the ladder of being an elder statesman, because at that age, a lot of people imagine that one will have attained the status of an elder statesman. How do you feel?
Well, I thank God for His grace, because whenever we wake up in the morning, we can only but do one thing: thank God for His grace, because we're here by His grace. And wherever we go, I travel around every day, move around. Mine is to give gratitude to God Almighty for allowing me to be there.
At that age, you were able to reflect, did you? And in that your reflection, what would you say you want to dedicate the rest of your life to?
Well, I've done that since when I was 50, where I said, now what I want to do is to help in impacting humanity. And that's what I've been doing since I was 50. But I have regrets that not much have improved in my country, considering that every year we're headed south, where more and more people are being impoverished, more and more people have children are out of school, or things are going wrong in the right direction. So you feel pain. But I'm going to increase my effort in whatever I'm doing. My joy will be there, will create a Nigeria that is united and peaceful, and people are happy to say, we're Nigerians.
There's a feeling, and I'm not sure you've said this. If you've said it, maybe you can clarify, that Peter Obi's wanting to change Nigeria, because that seems to be your mantra. Peter Obi wanting to fix Nigeria. And as such, that if that doesn't happen by being the president of Nigeria in 2027, you're done. Is that the idea?
Well, that's not the idea. I do this privately. But I've always said, I'm not desperate to be Nigerian president. I'm desperate to see Nigeria work. So if it's working, I will support whatever makes it to work. I want to see a country where, keep saying it every day, a child of nobody can be somebody without knowing anybody, where we can pull people out of poverty, where young ones will have opportunity to live, get a job, be entrepreneurial, participate in what young people do all over the world.
So it doesn't matter if Peter Obi is the president or not. So far, Nigeria is good. You're fine with it.
Well,
so, and in any capacity that you are able to help, either a minister or a president, that's okay.
I don't even need to hold any post. You don't need to hold any post. I'm contesting because I believe that I will fix it. I will unite the country and be able to do it, to show an example of what is possible.
Well, there are those who do not think that you've got what it takes to unite the country. You just mentioned uniting Nigeria. On Politics Today, the former governor of Borno State, incidentally, when he left office was about the time that you were entering to become governor of Anambra State. And he mentioned to say that...
No, I was there before I left office.
Yeah, so just, he was exiting, your tenure coincided at some point. You were in office at some point when he also was in office. And he said, people should not look in your direction because you will divide Nigeria, that you do not have what it takes to unite Nigeria. How do you react to such a statement?
So that's directly opposite of what I would do. I will unite Nigeria. And I know what it takes to unite Nigeria.
And what will that be?
Sheriff. Am I right?
Mm-hmm. Alimodu Sheriff.
Alimodu Sheriff. If you look at my record, what he said is opposite. At the onset, while he was still governor, I was there at the onset of this Boko Haram issue. His own brother was killed. So I traveled to Borno State to condole him. When people don't want to go there, I went to Borno State. It's on record. So they've been flooding in Borno State. I went there, contributed about 50 million naira, visited the governor, visited the show of Borno. I visited IDP camp in Borno. I've been to most troubled part of the north, be it Katsina, Kebbi. I've been to Plateau up to 4 times, visiting the various affected communities when there's clean and everything. Spend time in IDP camp, help even communities that are affected to rebuild their schools for their children, went to the IDP camps, supported them. I've done that in Benue. I spent Christmas, New Year in IDP camps. So I've built boreholes in Gombe, in Kaduna, in every part of the north. When the University of Sokoto said, the University of Sokoto Agricultural Faculty said, all they need is borehole for their farm, I did it. And I visited schools in Sokoto, even when Tamoa was governor. I can go on and on. I've done the same thing in the Southwest. I've been to schools in Kogi, schools of nursing. I've visited hospitals all over Nigeria. There's no politician today in Nigeria who has been able to travel places I've been by road, from Kafanchan to Katsina to Maiduguri to everywhere. I've traveled all over the place by road because I want the country to be together.
And you understand that?
And I'm experiencing it. So for him to, what he's saying is direct opposite of what I would do. And I just show you an example by going to all these places. How many places have other people gone? Have you ever seen people in government today, even today, saying we're going to visit this place because of this and everything? Even the recent Oyo, I visited the governor. We asked governors of other places whether it's for anything. Whenever there's issue, I call them. And I try to visit them. Whenever there's fire in Kanu and everything, I will go there.
Mr. Obi, don't you think that this is probably not about Peter Obi? Because any person that understands the Nigerian history from the Civil War to the post-Civil War would think, I imagine, that we have not totally healed. And there's a segment of this country that have not been fully integrated in terms of the politics of this country. Whether or not an Igbo man can become president of Nigeria, do you think that we have moved away from the Civil War syndrome and we have totally healed such that an Igbo man like Peter Obi from Anambra State, an Onitsha man, will one day become Nigeria's president?
That is the beginning of that is the foundation of the healing. And that is where you start to build the momentum and build Nigeria.
And why?
That would be, that is the beginning. So a P2P presidency would commence the healing and the unity that is required to save lives and build a better Nigeria. That's why I said a new Nigeria is possible.
How do we?
Because everybody will be inclusive.
How do we deal with the Kaduna Isiogwu tagged coup? Because that seems to have been a major wound that a lot of Nigerians still don't think that they can trust an Igbo man to become president.
At any particular point in time, know that you cannot be trapped in the process of yesterday. Those who are trapped in the process of yesterday must make the future. There must be a time to know that we are the same. We must come together. Yes, we have a history, but we must not be trapped in it. It must not deprive us tomorrow. Those who are trapped in the process of yesterday and today will miss tomorrow. I want to drive this country to tomorrow. I want the child of Nigeria to be able to grow up in Nigeria, go to school, live his life without thinking about his tribe, without thinking about yesterday, without thinking about his religion, but as a Nigerian, and be proud of it. And we're going to do that. That is exactly what I am offering the people. I will never divide Nigeria. I will unite Nigeria. I will show love to every part of Nigeria and make sure things are done differently because I'm going to involve everybody.
I'd like to look into this camera, Mr. Obi, because every northerner that is watching through that lens tonight, we wonder whether or not they can trust an Igbo man. What would you say to them tonight that you, Peter Obi, can be trusted to become Nigeria's president and the lives, the destiny and the politics of the northern man is safe in your hands?
Sure, I've changed a lot. I have an idea what is happening in the north. And nobody can drive that process today in Nigeria that I've seen in the politics better than me. I will work with them and I'll ensure that that unity, that security, that prosperity they desire, I will unleash, I will commence it. And I've shown it. Sherry, I will work closely with people in the north. I have an idea of what is happening in the north. I have an idea that is to have massive poverty that needs to be dealt with. I have an idea to deal with the issue of education and health properly, not easily, and I'll deal with it decisively.
If you look at it, there are those who say we have not healed totally from the 1966 up to the 70. What would you do? You saw what happened in South Africa. There are those who say we need to reconcile, we need to sit at a table, look eyeball to eyeball. The generation of those who are 30-year-old today, who are 20-year-old today, who do not know the pains of the 1966 and 1970. They had a moment of reconciliation where they had a committee for reconciliation. Do you think that we need a moment of sitting down as a people to reconcile and think about what happened in the Civil War and move forward?
We need to have, I said before and I repeat, my presidency will heal and unite Nigeria.
That's what you stand for. Are you going to set up a committee? Or
No, it's not pushing so that the actions of the presidency will show what we're going to do.
Tell me about what Alimodu also said about northern tags. And you have been accused of labeling northerners. How do you respond to that?
Sure, that's the lie. It never happened. Sure, Sheriff's ABC is from the north. Most governors choose their ABC, who is the closest person from them, from their own. My ABC is from Kaduna, and is a Muslim. ABC was a Muslim, still a Muslim. So how can you have a Muslim as the closest person to you? You're giving this triple attack. All the commissioners that served me in 8 years I was in office were Muslims. We're not actually a Muslim, but are from the north. So how did I give them tax? People from the north. So before I became governor, my closest or my two closest staff from the bank were from Kano. All the people I have, even military friends, were all from the north. So before I became president, I've always to date paid for at least, let me even because at least a Muslim every year to go to Hajj, every year, and I have records of them. As governor, I was paying for Christians to go for pilgrimage. I was paying for Muslims living in Anambra to go to Hajj. They are there. I'm sure while he was governor in Borno State, he never paid for any Christian to go to pilgrimage. I was paying for Muslims to go to him. So how can I be giving them back? And I can go on and show you what I'm doing now privately on my own, going to do borehole. As I speak to you, I'm supporting 4 Almajiri schools in Kaduna, in Bauchi, and this. I'm supporting School of Nursing in Bauchi, in Kaduna, the Muslim school, and I can go on and on. So you see, people, these are things they've done in the past to keep Nigeria divided.
Well, are there things that you have done in the past that you regret about the optics and how you were profiled, and you thought that maybe it's something that you need to change, that you have done wrongly, to make you look like you are ethnic jingoist?
That's what I'm saying. This is the what they do. Instead of us discussing the problem of the country, people come before you to discuss P2B. That's not the issue. World Bank has just said that 79% of Nigerians are going to face poverty. In a country of 230 million people, that's over 180 million. That should be the issue we should be discussing.
When they are mentioning...
They should be talking about issue of out-of-school children, talking about the issue of health, and all these monies that are missing here and there that would have invested properly. Nobody is discussing it.
When politicians come on my program and they keep mentioning your name, how does that make you feel?
Well, it's not about what they're discussing about me. Calling me name doesn't make me feel anything. But they are abandoning issues we are supposed to discuss. And discussing what I think is irrelevant.
Do you think mentioning your name shows that you are a real threat and a man to beat in this election?
Well, like I said, this election in 2027 should be about issues that affect the ordinary Nigerian who don't know what the World Food Organization have just said. 35 million Nigerians are going to face hunger. Of course, Nigerians are being kidnapped. Let's talk about Nigeria.
Let me ask quickly, because I like to settle some of the major issues that I think are very significant and give you a chance of a right of reply. Because when Mr. Alimodu Sheriff also said that no matter what, even with a Kwankwaso as your running mate, you still cannot win the North.
Like I said, that is what they've been able to say to keep us divided. That's what they will always say to ensure that the people continue to live all this confusion that we are in today, this mess that we're in today. And that's what we want to dismantle. We want to ensure the ordinary Nigerian that a P2B Kwankwaso government will change this country for good and be able to allow the poor Nigerians to start living differently.
It takes me to the point that Mr. Kwankwaso himself made on Politics Today when he said that there is a pact that you will only serve out 4 years if you win the election. Did you have an agreement to that effect?
I've said this thing several times, Seun. We have what you can call a written agreement. We're gentlemen. We must respect it. I don't need more than 4 years to show the path Nigeria will tread. It is a simple thing.
Was it written? Did you sign an agreement with NDC?
It is NDC demanded that everybody, I preach it. So even if you want me to sign it with you, I sign it with you. It doesn't bother me. A day more than 4 years, not B2B. I want us to start trusting our leaders. So when I was going to become a governor, I said the things I would do. And when I came in, I started doing it. I told everybody, go and listen to my campaign. I said, I will manage their money efficiently. I will do stuff. Nobody will, schools will work, health will work. Everything I said, and I did it. That's the way to work. Leaders, our people have lost trust in our leaders. That's why I always say we need to deal with the issue of character. The character of a leader must be consistent in doing the right thing. And whatever he says, even if you don't achieve 100% of it, people must see 100% effort in doing that. And I said, and I repeat again, I will serve for 4 years. Capital, if you want to be capital, 4 years, not a day more.
Why do you think that you need only 4 years? Because there are those who policy and governance experts who have said your definition of 4 years or your stance of 4 years will not get the job done. That in the first, just a moment, sir. Your first budget is not your own. The second budget, you will struggle to make it happen. Third year, you are still trying to understand the room. Fourth year, you are done. Is this about defeating Bola Tinubu, or this is just a sheer policy goal that you have set up for yourself?
So you can change and start driving this vehicle called Nigeria in the wrong direction in 6 months. We are headed in the wrong direction now.
As it is right now?
Yes.
Bola Tinubu is leading us nowhere.
That's your... You can see it. That's why people might say I call for his resignation. That's why maybe I'm calling for his retirement. He doesn't listen.
The man should just step aside.
Yes, so they have the capacity to do the job.
You don't trust him any longer.
No. The Bola Tinubu that was governor is not the one that is president today. He's tired. He should be allowed to retire in peace and go home.
But look at what Donald Trump said. Donald Trump's letter to him is to the effect that the man has done well in terms of fighting insurgency and terrorists. What do you say to that?
Thank you to Donald Trump. Thank you to President Tinubu. But we need to do more. Far more than what we are doing. I'm not saying far more than what we are doing. You know, I've heard people, and Donald Trump is now confirming it, say he has done his best. But what the crisis we are facing, his best is not enough. We need to do more. On Wednesday, 40 people were abducted in Zamfara. And the entire community, everybody is packing to run away. On Thursday, 50 is Sokoto. So we're in a crisis situation that requires added capacity.
What would you do differently if you were president?
I've said it several times. Seun, I will be far more committed in dealing with that issue. And I will be at the forefront. I'll be the driver. Nobody. It's not just. I will visit there. I will go there. I'll deal with it. Everybody will see it. He can't do it there, not because he doesn't have the capacity.
How would you face insecurity precisely, what exactly, give us 3 things you would do to ensure that insecurity is dealt with.
First, Seun, I will not disclose it in the open, but I'll be far more committed. We will ensure that our security architecture is properly geared, staffed, supported, and just telling you the one that is open, supported, and will ensure that we work with all our partners, and we will do it with much more commitment.
So you get foreign help?
Whatever is possible to secure the country, we will do.
What would you say is, from your own point of view, would you say is the biggest and the most concerning problem or challenge of insecurity in Nigeria today?
Well, a combination of so many things. Poverty. You can't create mass poverty and think you can deal with insecurity. You need to deal with it. The more you put people out of poverty, the more you reduce criminality. Seun will tackle that. Seun will deal with so many other issues. You need to invest in education massively. And you know, I and Park also believes in education. We'll be hands-on. Everybody will see it. Everybody will feel it. We'll be very, very decisive. No, this, because we'll be in charge.
You'll be moving around to ensure that at every point you are seen to be doing the job.
I'm moving around now without being in office.
But you know, as a president, you might not be able to do much.
No, I'm in Plateau. I went to the villages.
But
I went to the places.
You are not a president. I've been a president, the security and the restrictions.
No, which restriction? If your people are dying, you should be ready to die. You are the president. You're number 1 person.
So you will go to the ground zero, whatever anything
whatever
happens.
It takes to secure any Nigerian, I will do that.
You'll be more mobile.
If you don't want to do it, you go. That's why I said you retire in peace. Go and ask. I can show you 6 places in Anambra State where we had crisis. I went there. When we had in Dominican College, where I was in Abatete, we had a situation where numbered criminals invaded the school at night. I was there physically. I didn't ask people to go for Moka. I was there by 3 a.m. Physically, I didn't tell anybody. And you can go ask them of other places. They will tell you.
Give me a moment, sir. Peter Obi won in Lagos in the last election. Is he capable of doing it again? Will be my next question to him after this break. Jonathan. Thanks so much, everyone, for staying with us. NDC presidential candidate Peter Obi has been speaking with us right here on the program. Thanks so much indeed. Why does it look like you don't get a lot of the support of most or some political figures in the Southeast that you imagine that as an Igbo man running from that region, you should get a lot of their support? Why so?
A lot of this is a political figure.
A lot of the political heavyweights from the Southeast.
Well, it depends on the ones you're talking about. You know, I think for somebody who won the entire zone with an average of 80%, I think I'm getting all the support.
So if the big ones, the big heavyweights are not supporting you, it doesn't matter. I mean, so far you have the popularity of the vote.
Well, all over Nigeria, I don't think those who are living off the confusion will want to support me. Seun, if you're bringing change, you have for enemy all those who live off the old order. Simple. It's all over the world. When you advocate for change, even you say we will not want change. Some people are living off this old order. Some people are benefiting from it. Some people think they will benefit from it tomorrow. But I'm going to bring what will benefit the larger population of Nigeria.
Can you name 3 Southeasterners that you think that are backing you, that are supporting you?
Well, this is not time to name anybody.
No, I'm saying that they say charity begins at home.
The Southeast is backing me. That's why I have 80% of the vote. Naming one or the other, who do you know? It's you that is calling this one important, that one less important. So every Nigerian is very important. Every one of us is very important. We are children of God. All those things you're saying this one is important, either people who by grace of God, they make, maybe they make money, which is not a measure of humanity. So as I'm concerned.
Now, give us an idea of how you think this election will pan out. You must have a different strategy, don't you? 31 governors in the APC. Does that dim your hope of going into this election and winning it? Because there are those who say it was by mistake. In fact, there are those who say winning, you did not defeat Bola Tinubu in Lagos. It was the Muslim ticket that caused whatever happened. Do you think that was a fluke? Can you do it again? Can you beat Bola Tinubu in Lagos? Can you beat Atiku in Adamawa? Can you really have a dramatic turnaround in your outing this time around?
Seun, the 36 governors will support the president. So it won't be only 31, 36. I want to give all the governors to you. But 36 people in the state are not with them. Because they're hungry. It's a different thing than saying the governor is supporting him, and the people with the governor in supporting him. The answer is no. What I'm only asking for is free, fair, and credible election, which will go down as a part of his legacy. It will go down as part of his legacy.
You believe you won 2023 election?
Sure, I did. I did.
You think you were rigged out?
Yes.
You think the numbers were cooked?
Yes.
Do you think that this 2027 election will be fair and fair?
That's what I'm pleading with them. That's what I want them to do. And that's what I'm begging the youth whose life at stake, whose future at stake, to come out and join me in demanding. We are now demanding free, fair, and credible election. And it will go down as part of his legacy. He has campaigned that he's a Democrat. He has fought for democracy. This is time to prove it. When Yar'Adua became president, he said, the process to which I came into office is faulty, and I'm going to ensure that it does not happen again, even if I have to lose. And he did it, demonstrated it by all his actions. All the subsequent elections after him were free, fair, and credible. I contested second term of them, and nothing happened. And when he left, Jonathan continued in that direction. That was why people like me, Oshomole, and others were able to win election as for second tenor, because they were, and eventually, when APC won, as president, he accepted it. He can do the same thing. He is not president. This is time to prove his democratic credentials, which he preaches, claims, and everything.